how is the barbecue at Animal Kingdom?
Princess Bear here. Today we are hanging out in the kingdom of animals. It's time to go back to
Flame Tree Barbecue.
Yeah, so we're here to set either some flames or some barbecues on fire because it's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. There's food in there for us to try, so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not really setting trees on fire.
It's time to foodie and chill.
Flame Tree is trying to turn up the heat on their dessert game with these cake pops they keep putting out. I tried the last one during the holidays, the cranberry one. The brand new one here is the key lime cake pop. And you have what it looks to be a traditional triangle-shaped cake pop on the top. And on the bottom, just like before, awesome Animal Kingdom plant design. I think I like the fall one better because it had a little bit more color, but the layered foliage is actually a pretty nice effect on the bottom of this here cake pop. Let's see if this one's a little bit easier for me to eat than the last one. Significantly easier. It's definitely given the key lime and chocolate. I like the little sprinkle. I think it's a graham cracker on top. Works pretty well. Honestly, I think it's better than the cranberry one. I would give that a solid 4 out of 5 claws. I want to hate on your cake pop game because I feel like cake pops are kind of tired, but mostly they've been a positive addition, so I can only be so much of a hater at once. I will, however, hate on people feeding the birds. I just got pooped on. I'm not happy about it. Now, as this channel's resident cornbread connoisseur, couldn't pass up the cornbread on the menu. I am sad that there's no vegan option for cornbread, but you got these little cornbread muffins that are available. Go ahead and break this boy apart here. There you go. Nice and fluffy. I think I see some pepper bits in there, maybe? As cornbreads go, it's not the worst. I feel like it's cornbread that belongs at a restaurant that serves barbecue, aka Flame Tree Barbecue. It works. However, it is no Whispering Canyon, and it's definitely not better than Princess Cornbread, which is the bar to which I hold all theme park cornbreads. Is that fair? No, but I don't have to be. I would give it 2.75 out of 5 claws.
These burnt ends have been here for some years now, so I'm a little old pro on them. I'm not a huge fan of them. They're usually dry, very dry, and you can kind of see that here. The secret to eating these burnt ends is to get extra barbecue sauce and dipping that in the barbecue sauce to make it taste like an actual burnt end. That's how you do it. Then you get a nice little tang of the barbecue, and you get to enjoy it, get some tart in your mouth. If you just eat it by itself, it's really dry. So it's like a 4.5 out of 5 with the barbecue sauce. Without, it's like a 3.
The plant-based burnt ends here at Flame Tree Barbecue always make me a little bit sad inside. It has, since its inception, been one of the most unique implementations of alt meat that's stuck around thus far. But like the actual execution and practice of them has just been so middling to awful that just somewhere deep inside, little me cries. Sometimes on the outside too, but little me cries. But you have this hunk of like well cooked. It looks like chopped up burnt ends. You know, it's got the color to it. Everything looks great. But without this sauce, man, you might as well be eating a gelatinous cube. I've always been a proponent, if something has to have sauce in order to be good, then it's bad. If I have to use sauce on it, what's the point of eating it? I'm just here for the sauce, and it's the delivery vehicle, which in certain situations, it's fine, but it's mid-barbecue sauce used to make a below-average dish okay. I want to love these. Like, literally, legitimately, I want these to be great, and they're just not there, and they've never been. That being said, I got to give them a 2.25 out of 5 claws because to me, every single time they've missed the mark.
This is probably one of the worst coleslaws at Walt Disney World. Never a fan. It's just basically shredded cabbage. They don't do anything to it. So again, It's another thing that you need to dip in the barbecue sauce, because if you don't, you're going to have a bad time. You know what? I take it back. The barbecue sauce doesn't save it. It just sucks. I would give it a 1 out of 5 slaws. It still is the reigning supreme worst slaw at Disney World.
Now, as a slaw connoisseur, this is something. I'm happy that there's a place that actually takes into account that's like, hey, we're giving the plant-based community a plant-based option. They need a plant-based side other than French fries. So we'll give them slaw. They'll just be slaw with absolutely nothing on it. Dry, chopped cabbage before they put it in the actual slaw and then put mayo on it. So while I feel like they thought about our people, I feel like halfway through their thought, they're like, they don't need sauce. They need sauce. I'm going to try it without the barbecue sauce. I don't want to pollute the Princess barbecue sauce any more than it's already been polluted. But I'm going to regret this. It's not even that crunchy. It's almost like it's been sitting for a very long time in the refrigerator, to where it's like something that used to be crunchy and it's slowly losing its luster, like the light inside of me. 2 out of 5 claws. I got a chicken and rib platter. Not necessarily because I desired it, but because I feel like I hadn't adequately explored it. I've had the pulled pork here. I've had the half roast chicken. I didn't want to commit to the entire rack of ribs, and I didn't want the full platter, which is pulled pork, a rib, and the chicken. So maybe the chicken and ribs together will complement each other. The chicken here isn't bad. I've had it before, and I definitely think it's a meal. So let's see if it holds up. We're going to try the chicken first. I'm just going to slice off a bit here with this nice plastic knife. After eating at Festival of the Holidays, was it? No, actually, I think it was Festival of the Arts. I feel like every place that serves meat now needs those wooden knives they gave me in America. Because those things, they cut meat good. Smoked well. Tender meat. It's not given too much. It's cooked. The skin is great. It could be better. I would give that on its own 3 out of 5 claws. So I can't mention the chicken and not mention the ribs. Now, I am always, every single time, afraid to order quick service ribs anywhere in Walt Disney World. Because you know what? ABC Commissary did me dirty, and while I continue to throw shade at ABC Commissary for the entire time this channel exists, even when we return to ABC Commissary, doesn't mean I'm forgotten. I'm just waiting for somebody else really to do me dirtier than they did. So, you know, ribs from a quick service place. They could be good. You know, I could be wrong. It's a meat. You know, it's cooked. Nothing other than that. It's not giving any sort of character. It's not giving any sort of like deft hand. It feels like, you know how they say that like technical expertise is one thing, but it's another thing to be said like putting your soul, like when you create like art. Food sometimes is the same thing. You can cook something technically correct and still be wrong, you know? I feel like, again, this needs sauce. And if I'm going to say it about the plant-based thing, if it needs the sauce for me to eat it, well, why am I even eating it? It's okay, but it's barely even ribs. It's given meat on bone. It's smoked, but it's nothing I would tell you to run here for. If you need ribs or barbecue at Walt Disney World, you should really be going to Polite Pig. There's really no other way to say that, really. I'm giving these 2.5 out of 5 claws. One of the things that did interest me today is a side, honestly, of broccoli salad. I don't remember if they had the broccoli salad before, but it looked good on the little phone menu. So, you know, that was enough reason for me to get it as a side instead of French fries. Just go ahead and dive right in here. It's broccoli. There's some cheese in here. It looks to be quinoa. I think it's quinoa. Interesting. That's honestly not bad. The broccoli's still crunchy. It's not overly mayo-y. I would take an entire bowl of that, and honestly, it's the best thing on the plate. It's not fantastic, but it's definitely, I would rather eat that than either of the meats. and that's saying a lot. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. As a standard side on the barbecue platters, you get regular coleslaw. I've had the coleslaw here before. Not terrible, but you have a nice medium wet coleslaw, carrots, cabbage, all the things that make a slaw a slaw. That is decent slaw. It's not fantastic slaw like most things here, but it's passable slaw. It's honestly not terrible. I'll give it 2.75 out of 5 claws.
The wines here are not vegan, and I'm not really interested in the mixed drinks. So actually, I know the vodka drink isn't vegan and the rum drink isn't vegan. So all we have here is Safari Amber, and this is the staple beer of Animal Kingdom, so I'm not mad at this. It's like almost like drinking a Newcastle, I want to say. It's just got like this really nice, like nutty heaviness to it. That is great. Even if it was hot out, I would enjoy this beer, so I will give it a 3.5 out of 5 beers.
As long as we've been coming to Animal Kingdom, and it's, it's been some years now, I would consider us to be Animal Kingdom professionals at the very least. It's always been, to me, Animal Kingdom, back in the day, I feel had 2 official beers. Now it's mainly 1. You see the Safari Amber everywhere, but previous to that, at every place you had Safari Amber, you almost always had Kungaloosh. Now, Safari Amber is definitely the beer designed for this park. Kungaloosh has a little special something to it that makes it feel, to me, more like Animal Kingdom. But I am never going to say no to the Safari Amber. Like, literally never. Twist my arm. I'll drink it. Tastes like life on the safari. A little bit bitter at the end, but nothing intolerable. And it was definitely better than the other option, which would have been Bud Light. Who wants to drink that? I would give this 4 out of 5 claws. So because the princess can't drink them, I decided to suffer for her and get one of the cocktails on the menu. This is the Bubbling Pink Lagoon. Now it's SVEDKA vodka, which isn't vegan, and then Minute Maid pink lemonade in a cup. Well, what could go wrong? Tastes like melted icy with a hint of vodka that's been sitting out on your porch for 12 hours because you fell asleep after a long night of drinking and watching America win so many Olympics. That's what that tastes like. I would give it 3 out of 5 claws. I feel like Flame Tree is on fire and not in the good way.
Yeah, somehow I missed the old menu, and I never thought that would happen because I didn't particularly care for the
bratwurst.
It was like a hot dog situation. I was not about that, but I don't know. All these places are closing. The restaurants around here need to get better, otherwise people are going to go somewhere else.
Step your game up. You all need to be a Harambe marketer better at this point.
Yes, I agree.
Harambe, you owe it to him. You owe it to me, especially if I got pooped on today. But
yeah,
I would say we know what you guys think about Flame Tree. Is it a place you bother with? Or do you have a preferred spot in Animal Kingdom now that Restaurantosaurus is closed? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you guys do, comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video because we have to go home now. We don't get to do anything more because Bear got pooped on. So if you don't comment, Bear's just going to be more sad that we had to just come and eat and leave.
A brand new shirt too. Brand new shirt. But you heard the girl.